The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. A shotgun snap for Tannehill.
Open man, Westbrook-Ikhine.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
So that was a very nice play, Charles, from a very speedy cornerback.
And that is a situation where in a defender's mind, you just have to pick a point on the football field and think to yourself, I'm going to sprint full out and meet him at that point. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but he had to play diagnose perfectly there.
Oh, he bowls over him. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
I remember watching Derrick Henry come out of Alabama and sitting with some scouts, and one of the debate points with him was, while at Bama, how often did he have to deal with contact near the line of scrimmage? They were so good up front that he often got to the second level pretty easily. I think he's starting to answer those questions with runs like that. He's a physical guy.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Towards the end zone for Brown. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A.J. Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Well, they went play action there and set it up nicely for him. I mean, he can flat fly, and they hit him downfield.
And it doesn't take much to create that extra bit of space that a guy of his speed needs. If you go play action, all you want is just a moment where the guy's covering, take their attention somewhere else, and then he's by him. And once he's by him, there's no catching him. As they always like to say, if a receiver's even to a defensive back, that means he's leaving.
Unless that DB is Charles Davis, right?
In that case, he left me a long time ago.
Come on now.
Trust me.
Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. And that leaves them with 3rd and long, which means you got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked off at the 45. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover, and boom, hit him with a big one.
And defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But in the middle of a game, when that quick change takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a handoff to Henry. They showed some tough running, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line.
116 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. Second down, they go again with Henry.
And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Derrick Henry. Touchdown number 22 on the season.
And the Titans get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Bullock good on the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's second down.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Wentz. Throw left side complete. That's Doyle. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
On first down, Wentz. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. They'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. They fake the give. Now Wentz. Left side, Doyle with it. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 14. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. On the handoff, this is Taylor. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Second down, another run with Taylor.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first.
Taylor.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Colts have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. This game was really a tussle, seemed like just a moment ago, and now they've got the momentum. A couple of scores on their last pair of drives, and a 2-score lead. I think here now you go conservative, right? Run the football, work the clock.
You know, I usually agree with you, but I'm going after him right here. I want to put this bad boy away. I wouldn't be afraid to throw it. They've got all the confidence, all the momentum on their side. Go ahead and take your dagger shots and try and finish this one off.
I disagree vehemently. I say run the football. You've got the lead.
Well, let's watch it and find out who's right.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Again, it's Henry. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Travis Carey. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. This offense thankful, I'm sure, to have the football back, but also, Charles, after a long drive of their own, they've got to be a little weary.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and what you have to do to combat it, try and get fresh legs in where you can, especially the skill positions. And then for the offensive line, instead of attacking, maybe slow the tempo down a little bit, let them catch their breath.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Amani Hooker. And the Titans are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them. With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Henry again on 2nd down. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence and playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They snap it to Tannehill. Got a man. It's Brown. The 30. 10. 5. Touchdown, Titans. Boy, A.J. Brown, I mean, one of the best in the NFL with the ball in his hands, and there's another example why. Extra point up and good by Bullock, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Throwing on first is Wentz. He'll find his man. That's Taylor again. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll make it second down. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Tennessee, they moved to 7-1 on the year with the victory. And they'll have another